Robin. In a faraway land covered by thick snow, there lived a father and his 5-year-old son. They lived in a small house which sheltered them from never-ending snowfall. A place wherein they could have a safe sleep and hide from the polar bear. The place was really cold that they had to use clothes made of animals' fur to protect their body. But that was not enough. They also need a fire to warm the snow house and to cook their food. Every day, the father always went out for hunting and he would always leave a great pile of wood for his son to lit. "Son, I'm going to hunt for our food. I want you to keep the wood lit with fire until I return. Don't let the fire go out, okay?" said the father. "Yes, father, I will," his son replied. The first thing the boy had learned was to keep the fire burning brightly at the entrance of the snow house for his father to guide his way home. One of the animals the man chasing was for the great white bear. The bear hated the man so much, and he always hid under the thick snow to escape his death. The bear found out that the fire was the life of the father and son. Without it, they would die and freeze in snow. The bear was thinking to stamp out the fire with his great paws. If he could do it, the father and son would fall into deep sleep and would never be awake anymore. So he patiently waited for his chance. One day, the father got sick and couldn't go out for hunting. Meanwhile, the bear was watching from the distance how the son feed the fire with sticks as his father had taught him. The next day, the father's illness got worsen. "Father, your body is very hot. You have a high fever," said his son with full of worries in his eyes. The boy placed his palm on his forehead to comfort his father, and later on he got a piece of wet cloth and wiped him all over his body. "Thank you, son," said his father with an ailing voice. "Father, can I go out for hunting?" "No. Just stay in the house with me." "But father, I'm already hungry and we have nothing to eat," said his son as he stared outside the never-ending snow. "Son, you don't have skills of hunting. Just stay here, okay? Later tonight I will go out for hunting," said his father as he pulled him to his side to lay down with him. That night, the father failed to go out for hunting. His illness got even worse and made him stuck up on the bed. The night got even cold. The boy heard the bear prowling around the snow house with his paws. His hunger replaced with fear. The boy found out his father was not moving anymore due to cold. He managed to be brave, got up and put some more sticks into the fire to ease the cold for his father to get better. While the heat was on, the boy couldn't take it anymore. Because of hunger and feeling exhausted, he began to fall asleep. The great white bear headed his way to the entrance of the snow house, and with his great paws, he stamped the lit wood several times until the fire went out and then padded away, leaving the father and son to their fate. Meanwhile, it began to freeze inside the snow house. Frost and snow gathered around the boy's furry hood, but still he was in deep sleep. Later on, the father and son grew stiff with cold. The boy had one special friend. It was a tiny little brown bird called Robin. He used to feed him and let him shelter inside the snow house during snowstorm, which made him hard to fly. That night Robin came to visit the snow house, and he found out that there was something wrong. Robin hopped beside the boy who was still in deep sleep. He twittered around his head as if he was telling him that the fire had gone out. But, still the boy was fast asleep and didn't wake up. This time, Robin thought of a way. He scratched among the ashes where the bear had stamped out, desperately looking for just one tiny timber that was still lit. Finally, he found one tiny spark and he began fanning it with his little wings. Robin was a clever tiny bird. With all strength, he flapped his little wings, and slowly a small flame came out. It spread out to another piece of stick. Still, Robin didn't stop flapping his wings. The heat was almost growing, and he didn't notice his feathers were scorching. More and more sticks had been lit, and the brave tiny little Robin felt his chest feathers were slowly burning, turning into red. Not long but before, the boy woke up and saw the fire was nearly going out. So he rushed to the pile of woods and got some more sticks and feed it. He didn't notice his tiny little friend flutter off into the darkness outside the snow house. It was then, when he saw his father was stirring on the bed. His eyes looked clear again, showing that his illness was gone. "Father. You're okay now. Your fever is gone," his son exclaimed with joy as he placed his palm on his father's forehead. Yes, son, I feel better now. Tomorrow morning, I will go hunting. I'm sure you're already very hungry. His father smiled at him, rubbing his head.